Welcome to what we call Politricks Tuesday. We'd like to say a special welcome to all the listeners and watchers out there.
Viewers.
The viewers, listeners, we on radio too, you don't know?
Oh, yes, but watchers is something different. They don't walk around with Bibles.
Hush your mouth, I didn't introduce you yet. Of course, we like to welcome you to Politricks. Politricks is where we analyze the different politics that is happening on the lovely island of St. Martin. I am joined with my co-host, one of the most unfortunate times every single Tuesday that I have to go through. And I must say, first, I would like to thank his party for donating this cloth to the Politricks set. It's nice and blue. And thank you, Pamela.
Clean?
I think it looked dirty. No, it clean, man.
And where did it come from? The old apartment or the new one?
Cedric Ortega in the house. How are you doing, sir?
I am drinking water and minding my business.
Of course, today, there's something that we're going to do a bit different, Cedric.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we are going to focus on the people. And who are the people? The viewers, of course. So
We're going to focus on them.
we're going to focus on
We're going
them.
to watch them.
We are going to do a discussion. And both parties here are going to represent two reigning parties in government. And I know you are thinking that it will be a representation of the National Alliance and the United People's Party. And you are correct. But guess where the twist comes? Cedric Ortega, ladies and gentlemen, the ugliest co-host in St. Martin, will be representing the United People's Party. I think we need to get the baby seat so that you could sit a little bit lower so that you could represent the up. And of course, I will be representing the longest political party, the oldest, one of the oldest ones now in government, and that is, of course, the National Alliance.
Never again.
We coalition partners, so relax. So, what we're going to do is, every single time when I speak, I speak on behalf of the National Alliance, and every single time that the Cedric Ortega speaks, he will speak on behalf of the United People's Party.
Folks, let me just indicate the problem with this setup off the jump for you to realize what's going on here. We're supposed to be representing you. However, we distinctly representing two political parties right here. So off the bat, we have a problem with this whole thing.
And it's just like the United People's Party to always try to circumvent and look for a way out of having a decent conversation with the people of St. Martin. So, our first topic is very
I
important,
thought we were in a coalition.
which is
here.
political.
You trying to throw me under the bus before we even started talking.
No, I'm just saying that
Let's go.
it's either, you are your own person or Theo's still controlling you. Now, the first thing we're gonna talk about is tourism, how important tourism is for St. Martin. Now, of course, I don't believe in tourism being important because we here at the National Alliance believe that the people is our tourism.
Well, the up.
Yes.
I'm just a little bit flabbergasted by that answer. Of course.
Why?
The
Because
economic
Hyson
pillar-
told me to say it.
The economic,
Hyson tell me to say it.
The economic pillar of St. Martin has and will continue to be tourism as its main pillar. Yes, we have and we know that we need to diversify within and outside of this main pillar, but we need to always maintain.
First, I think the United
and
People's Party
focus-
should remember that they don't even have, a minister of tourism, because the amount of ministers of tourism that the United People's Party went through since the governing started. But thanks to the National Alliance, all our ministers are still there. Never resigned, never went running away. But I guess the United
When you
People's
have-
Party knows better.
When you have capability and you have capacity in-house, you can rely on a minister as like Omar Atley, who is fulfilling both functions, and I must say, to great success. Ask the viewers, who out there is going to disagree that Minister Atley has been and continues to be the walking minister of this coalition?
Allow me to just mention that the United People's Party have failed from the onset because they started with 4 members in parliament and now they're down to 2 members. And yet they're here talking about, the one minister that is saving them from becoming a party.
Before we got to anywhere, the destruction of this government and the hard work that we have been doing trying to hold it together started way before Christoph left your coalition, because the person you choose to lead has obviously been failing us. The reason the coalition is in crisis is because you as a party could not control your highest vote getter.
Thank God
However,
that the National Alliance continues to show leadership, because the United People's Party seems to forget that each and every single time that they have been given the opportunity to bring this country into a better way of life, they failed.
we brought you the boardwalk.
Because, you want to go on the
we
boardwalk,
brought you the harbor.
which is being investigated. Thank you. You want to continue? Because there's a lot that I can mention. But we are coalition partners, so we have to be nice.
Do we? You aren't playing very nice at the present moment. However, as we know, we are entering into the political season again, and this is the type of rhetoric you will hear from...
Give the National Alliance 8 seats or more so that we
not
can have
only-
our only National Alliance government and we don't have to
You
work
see,
with people.
The fact of the matter that your person has been absent from the halls of parliament is indicative in the rhetoric that you are displaying right now. Your ignorance to what has been taking place is obviously
I
on
would like to
display.
apologize for my health situation that I am going
No
through.
one-
It looks like my health
Why do
is
you-
controlled by at least something or someone, because I couldn't foreseen me getting sick. So do I apologize for being sick? No. Especially since the minister, who is a up minister, has continued to give me issues with SZW. But that's a different story, because the polls is going to show that the National Alliance will be successful.
Successful at what, though?
Successful.
Obviously not at governing.
How can you sit there when the National Alliance has carried your sorry ass from
Carried.
the onset?
Carried? In
Carried.
In which capacity?
In what capacity?
Public health? Your excellent handling of the pandemic by means of we having a what you call it, on the French side and not on the Dutch side. There's a pandemic on the French side and not on the Dutch side. Or your all-girl power team that went on the radio and said that there was a list of people exempt from the vaccine. Your excellent handling of that situation is you leading us out of the wilderness. You shutting down the place, treating it as if it was a disaster, whereby you needed to spread people out. Your incapacity, your inability to handle the COVID issue was your greatest and shining moment. And again, Minister Atley came in and steered the ship correctly and seed us out of the problem.
2 ministers later, because of course the United People's Party didn't even have the foresight to pick a minister that could start from the beginning to the end. No, Minister Atley had to come in at the last minute to save Are You Sorry so that at least it could look like a semblance of governing. Because at the end of the day, let us not forget that the National Alliance ministers were appointed and they're still there. Your turn.
Yes, appointed and still there. However, what was the scrutiny that they faced and the reason that this coalition is in such jeopardy? Because,
Can I just
because
mention,
of
please?
your poor leadership and the poor execution.
You are the leader of the
your
United
mess-
People's Party. I am the leader of I'm not the leader of the National Alliance. There's somebody else. But we are.
Leadership, that's the discussion here.
Yeah, but the
leadership. Let us look, let us
You
take
are.
let
It's
us
two
take
different political parties that are governing this country.
It's a coalition.
It's a coalition, correct.
So not two different political parties.
So am I
one
your leader then?
coalition.
Am I your leader?
No, you're leader of the government. And therefore, the appropriate action should have been taken, especially when the ministers in question are directly under your party. But of course, number game played out, and the ministers are still there. The holes in the road, the
reason why
the big heavy,
your minister
the big heavy
still has a
plates,
job.
the
Let's
big
not
heavy,
forget that.
the big heavy plates were covering the potholes. GB was sinking. Shall I continue?
We're working on.
You're working on?
Let me just mention.
What are you
that,
working on? The airport?
Due to
You're
our.
working on the airport? Can we?
Don't even mention the airport.
Can I take a trip this December without having to worry about being exposed?
Let's have a minister of tourism or a minister of aviation affairs, and maybe
what
then
about
we
the
could
Minister
have.
of General Affairs?
We're a shareholder of the different government companies.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Shareholder representative.
Yes, shareholder representative.
Yes, you're the leader of the country.
No,
You're the
as in
leader,
the whole entire
you-
council of ministers.
Yes, no.
And let me
And the
mention
calm-
that our minister of justice was able to complete the function book for the hard men and women in the justice
They get
field,
paid?
because we believe
They get paid.
in the
Did they
advancement
get paid?
of all
I
of
read
the.
I read in the newspaper, as a coalition partner, I had to read in the newspaper, everything has been assigned, approved, the money coming. Still to this day, the officers refuse to walk down Front Street 12 o'clock in protest. What about the 12.5%? What about your inability to
Which was passed and eradicated.
After the fact.
Thank you
After
so
the
much
fact.
to the support
After
that we
the fact.
received in Parliament
You know,
across party lines.
Yes, and
because
this
that is what the
across
National
party
Alliance
lines.
stands for.
Every time,
Inclusion.
every
And
time the
we
National
sometimes have to
Alliance get
include
the opportunity,
idiots who
they
continue
put
to push
my
blame
integrity
when they can't even
in
handle
jeopardy.
their own ship.
That's why I had
Get
to.
Krisha in control.
The-
Get Krisha
Rayon,
in control.
Rayon,
Why you
Rayon.
can't get Krisha in check, but yet you here want to tell the people and tell them lies again. This is why I say I
I
agree.
can't get Grisha in check because I shot it enough. Can't reach so high. Prince didn't lend me his shoes. What you want from me? I got brown bill and I got corn roll. Expect me to have Grisha too? And I even got cookies, chocolate chip.
Listen to me.
What more you want?
The National Alliance has always preached
Of course you always preach.
that we will.
You will.
Can you stop? You're interrupting me, and I think it's rude. Yes, take a sip
I'm
of
drinking
water.
water, minding my business.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that
Vote for the up. Whether I am president, whether I'm elected leader of the party again or not. Okay?
also, this is what I'm talking about. The United People's Party recently
Are you
had,
Orlando, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Recently,
Just checking.
yes, you're making sure. The United People's Party recently had an appointment of a leader, and just 3 years shy, they're already fighting inside, and this is what
Yeah,
the
but I was
visions
number I was
look
number-
like.
I was
this
number
is
5 on
what
the list.
You don't need St. Martin.
I was number
This
5
is
on the
why the
list.
National Alliance will continue to bring you to prosperity.
Because you're going to rely on the resilience of the people.
The resilience of the people.
You ain't going to provide jobs. You ain't going to develop the tourism product anymore. You're not going to diversify.
Give us the portfolios that the UP has failed
You
for so many
choose-
years.
Wait a
and
minute.
then we will fix all the problems of
St.
this
Martin
country.
people, what the National Alliance is telling you, do not give them the mandate again. Do not supply them with 7 seats and then complain about the ministers that they have. Do not give them the mandate. Give us back the mandate and we will supply the NA with the required ministries that they think necessary, because when they outright win the election, they still complain that we over here are choosing which ministries that they get to handle. It is completely and totally absurd, especially knowing the fact that we have but 2 ministries within this whole coalition.
And that is what I'm talking about, Sid Martin. The United People's Party
Has
hasn't
been given the mandate
they
and
haven't
the
been
opportunity
able to fill
to-
their mandate because, again, they were given 2 ministries, 2. And up to now, at this present moment, 1 minister is handling 2 portfolios. And again, it shows that the United People's
We are
Party
complying with the budget
is-
restraints.
Oh, that's what you have?
Yes, that's
But yet you can go Palatino.
your
You can
minister-
go Palatino every month.
every month.
All I'm saying
That's
is,
that's not Palatino. That's Petit Chateau. That's something different.
I'm saying that the National Alliance has proven that we
Has
stick
proven
together.
what?
We stick together.
Yes.
and
Have
we
you? Exodus, check a movement of Jah people.
Losing Chris to now was supposed to happen. Who else left?
And
Who else left?
and
Nobody else left.
No, you're going senile. You need to get out of politics.
I think my legs hurting me. I can't think straight.
Oh, your legs are things you can't think straight.
Who else left? Nobody else left.
No. Oh, you don't even give her any credit. You don't even consider her.
Nope.
Wow. The history
Of
that
course.
the Duncan family
Oh.
has with the National
No.
Alliance. And you can
Minister
just
Duncan
dismiss.
did
You
many
could
things
just dismiss.
that the National Alliance made
You
sure.
could just dismiss a member of parliament and do as if they didn't leave the party.
We only lost Chris. I think everything else is minimal, non-mentionable.
The lack of respect for the members of his
Says
party.
the leader
The-
who
the- the
continues
dis-
to
the-
try to
the-
undermine
the
the highest vote getter in his party.
I am not
But
trying to
look at him
undermine
talking
anybody.
about
I am
the
just short.
respect. This is what I'm talking
I
about.
am not trying to undermine
The
anybody. I am just
contradiction.
short.
He is
okay?
a walking contradiction.
I
And
object.
You object for
Yeah,
what?
the rules of order says that you may not approach me in this way, Article 42, Sublit 4, because I study in law. Argue with me. I know. And I don't hit low, I just can't reach higher.
Okay.
Physically limited. Why are you doing that to me?
In closing, for closing remarks,
Vote for you, PP. Let me rephrase that. Vote for the United People Party. Whether you find me on the list or not, the way forward is. Let me get back to you when I decide where I find a home. I might join the National Alliance.
no, we don't want you. Okay. The National Alliance would like to continue to work in the interests of all the people, and we continue to do so with your support and your support only. I think the upcoming elections will be a sign where you get to pick the National Alliance who continues
Never
and have
again.
shown you
Never again.
real leadership through and across the board. And we have proven it by being able to stand Napoleon next to me. But I think it's time that you allow the National Alliance to have a clear mandate by itself, alone, without any type of interactions, drama that happens for no reason within his own political party. And you just come over to the right side because the right side is the best side. Melissa, we're waiting for you. Thank you. And scene. That was good. Yeah, actually was believable. I like that, Cedric.
I was trying.
I know. I did see some of the way you held back because he was like,
But why we confuse the people of St. Martin?
I know we just confused the hell out of them, but that's good. Why? Because we need to start the confusion from now. Whether elections is in the next 6 months or supposed to be by law.
We got a lot of nice characters running
Next,
this election.
yeah, next year.
And I'm making a prediction since I work in behind the scenes. Now,
So now
we want certain things done now.
Oh, okay.
And the Minister of the Minister of Tourism, he wants things done now. He was in a recent interview saying that things start to get done now.
Yeah.
And when somebody starts saying no,
You already writing it down. Okay, so he said it 12 times.
Yeah.
So that means number 12.
no.
On the now. How do you
the
equate
more
it?
times higher up now.
Oh, okay.
The more votes higher on the list,
So you really think that
No, but I'm just throwing it out there. Why not?
Minister Omar Otley with Chris on the same party? Boy, that would be a crazy duo. I ain't gonna lie. And Toncha in the back.
Put the China powerhouse there.
That would be interesting. That's better than that whole rumor with him going with Frankie.
Going
Sams.
where with Frankie?
The Sams. Or
Sams?
or some
Sam,
party.
that sounds like a shop. Frankie come back to politics.
Yeah, I think he was thinking on coming back. He was retired, twice?
Like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he retired one time from DP and then he came back with an up. And then he retired again. So maybe he's going for 3.
Frank, stay retired. Omar doing the thing. We don't need no confusion, split up. Let's just let the young man rock the show now. I know, you missed the chance.
Yeah, but
Sing Calypso.
I do think that
Sing
Omar.
Calypso.
I do think that Minister Omar Otley will stay with the United People's Party with the leadership of MP Bryson. And I think.
What?
Yeah, you could be yourself now. So what? Did I say something wrong?
Last I checked, that guest room was clean.
What are you talking about?
The guest room, the usurping, that.
I don't understand what you mean, and I don't want to.
You don't want to understand.
No.
Rolando's time as an up has reached its maximum growing capability.
Here we go again. Cedric.
Yeah.
On what basis do you make that baseless allegation? You see what I did there?
On what basis I make a baseless allegation?
Yeah.
Well, we doing politics and it's a matter of observation.
Observation of you observing wrong, or
What?
you just not being able to see an angle that you clearly blind to? Are you cousins with Stevie Wonder? What's wrong with you?
Which angle are clearly blind to? The fact that he has a spare bedroom in a house and people don't want him there no more to take the key?
Cedric. Elections is within the next year.
Yes.
Whether it's snap elections or it's elections, it's within the next year.
You learned anything, by the way,
Hold
when you was being taught?
No. Let me finish. So, with that being said,
Yes.
do you foresee a Congress actually happening prior to the elections taking place? They need time to organize the Congress. They need so much things to get things in place. They don't have the time to do it.
What kind of time?
So they're not
in
doing that.
place? Who,
You have to get your members riled up. And then you need a debate or you need some type of information session for the members between the two leaders. You can't just say, okay, on Saturday, meet us at the stadium, everybody just come on down, and there's everybody wearing a green shirt, including Cedric going to wear a green shirt for the fun of it. He's going to reach over there, and then everybody that want to replace Bryson say aye. And you see Cedric in the back going like, no, he's not going to be standing up for sure. He's going to be sitting down, and he's going to just on his one leg going to be like, hi.
Let me ask you something.
Hi.
Can I ask you something?
Hi.
Okay. Have you observed the recent developments in England? You see how fast they put a new leader of that party and put that prime minister? The woman last 44 days, and within 24 hours, they have new leader, boom, bam, bam. And in St. Martin, with our four square mile,
Keyword.
you talking about needing to rally and
St.
motivate.
Martin. Keyword.
Listen, a couple of days ago, right, a car passed through the neighborhood, and they were with a blow on, telling us to sign up for the census.
What's so funny about that? What's so funny about it? What's so funny about that?
You know, you want me to show you all the things wrong with that? We talk about the environment. You got the wasting gas, number one. Noise pollution. You going around blasting this thing. People run out of the house. Half of them half scared. I fall off my bed wondering what the hell is that noise going on out there. The message, you can hardly hear what it's saying. You got to reach all the way down the road to, because when it close, all you hear is, and with today's modern technology, my 4-year-old daughter got one of the old phones from my mother that she does watch YouTube on. All you had to do was press a button. That same message go to everybody's phone in multiple languages, and you could do it audio too. But in St. Martin, our brains just decide we gonna put a speaker on top of a car and drive around the neighborhood.
You want to make sure you get to everyone, Cedric. Stop it. Not everybody could afford tell him.
Well, we could flow too.
I like that. Okay. Coming back to the point that you didn't make, which is it is way too much of a short time in order for
No, it's not.
Congress to take place.
No, it's not.
And
No, it's
therefore,
not.
I don't
Look
see
how
it
fast it
happening
go. Look
before
how
that.
fast it'll go. The queen is dead. Long live the king. That's how fast it'll go.
Yeah, but that's not here, Cedric. St. Martin is different. Okay? Okay.
Why is it
So let's say the Congress. Why do you assume? And this is where your biasness always shows. Why do you assume that Bryson would not retain the leadership?
Because I do it in St. Martin politics style. He know his vote getter. He cause too much confusion. Bye. Simple.
Actually, a good point. Okay, wait. Let me get myself together. Hold on. But Cedric,
Yes.
is it really confusing though? Because the other person, which is the worst president of parliament that we have in St. Martin history, continues to be the thorn in the side of the leader's party. Understand what I mean?
Huh? That was completely confusing.
How is that completely confusing? So the
President
the
of
president of parliament, who continues to be the worst president in the parliament,
because
in
she
St. Martin
calls meetings,
history.
calls
And-
appropriate meetings.
and
Because she's doing the job right.
and
she
continues to be a thorn in the side of
can't be
the
a-
leader
she
of the
cannot-
United People's
she
Party.
cannot
So
be a
therefore,
thorn.
she
She
is
cannot-
just a thorn
she
that
cannot
continues
be-
to destroy the United People's Party from within. So
If
there is a Congress
Grisha tried to stick a thorn halfway down her own body, she's still going to pass over Rolando's head. She cannot reach to his side.
Cedric, we
You
can
know why
agree
she's
to
a thorn
disagree.
in his side?
Oh, you're going to tell me. I
Yes.
can't wait to hear this.
Because you know
Bullshit.
what is that? You ran on your first stint in Parliament. You were adamant of how poorly Sarah was performing at the time. This is Napoleon, because St. Martin, we live episodic. And he was grandstanding and complaining, meetings not being called, all the rhetoric of a little chihuahua. With his sights on becoming president of parliament and I'm going to show them how it's done. Right? You become president of parliament and somehow that went to your head. You're telling little white chicks down by the club that you run in St. Martin government because you're the president of parliament. And so I understand the whole ego thing. You never played basketball. You never had no shine. Yeah. So you find something that made you feel like, oh, boy. And when you're sitting up there and you got a piece of wood in your hand, ponging it, so all these erotic fantasies and things go through your mind. I understand it. I understand why, because I could bring the thing real.
Not true.
So you inflate your little ego. What did I say there? That ain't factually true. You want me talk about the talking to the and looking up at the girls and saying, hey, you know who I am?
No.
I'm the president of parliament. How you know? You were there?
No.
Why you say?
But here was...
Why you were there? Why you say? You were there?
Cedric,
you were there?
I wasn't there.
You were there? Why you say? Why you say? Tell me why you say.
I'm saying...
Tell me why you say. Tell me why you say. Tell me exactly.
You're wrong.
A wrong way.
You're wrong.
Wrong way.
Because that's
so now
not true.
let me continue.
You just can't make baseless accusations like that.
Your behavior.
And then you can't even back it up with actual facts.
Your own behavior. Your own voice. The rhetoric that came out of your person is the reason you in on that seat. You got nobody to blame. Your own behavior. Everything about you is why you lost that seat. Sit down, shut up, and stop being a damn nuisance. And yeah, I must get my seat back. Precious! So you actually in an interview stated you risk stability. You would risk the stability of government to have Grisha removed. And why? Because she did the right thing.
Which interview we said that? I never hear that.
You want me read? You want me pull up the St. Martin, the SMN news article where he said with the risk of making bringing the coalition in jeopardy, I have to do this.
With the information
Which
that
information
to slew here on the show.
Which slew?
Because this is the thing with Cedric Ortega people.
You sound like Rolando now. You just gonna decide I slew it. But they discredit me. Where what I say ain't true.
First of all, the president of parliament continues to be the worst president of parliament. I continue to say this.
You continue to say, but you can't substantiate it. So let's substantiate it. 3 reasons why she's the worst president of parliament, and let's see if they have any validity. I bet you.
I don't want to. I'll get them for you next week.
Okay, good. Worst president of parliament.
Yes, worst president of parliament.
Worse than what was there before.
The worst, like I talking about Samuel, I talking about Sarah, I talking about Gracita, I talking about all the president of parliament.
You talking about Rolando too?
Yes.
Because she removed, So if she removed him and she the worst, what he was there?
I have no idea. I'm sure you're going to tell me. You going to tell me?
You do a little deductive reasoning there.
There's no deductive reasoning.
Do it. She the worst, but she was still better than he. By your own account. By your own account.
You're sticking to the wrong thing.
Which wrong thing?
Because you didn't answer the question.
She replaced him because he was
place.
incompetent and making a complete jackass of himself. And she is the worst. I'm giving you that. She is the worst. But the worst replaced him. What makes that him? He was...
You're confusing your own self.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm showing you how you making no sense.
You're calling me senile.
I show you how you making no sense.
Let me just say that we're going to move on because we're belaboring the topic.
Oh.
What we're going to do...
Oh.
What we're going to do is, talk about the independence that we have in Parliament right now. We have about 5 members that are independent from the last count that we have. Of course, last week we had Mr. Romney in the studio, so
Ask
we
her
were able
tomorrow
to...
if she answered the letter.
Which letter?
What Mr. Romney said.
All right.
That's a political question.
So the independence...
And she might take an opportunity to teach you again.
the independence, the independence in Parliament. Now you have Miss Ludmina De Weaver, Miss Ludmina Duncan,
Another one from
Chanel
Miami.
Brownbill, Akeem Arinel, and
Chris.
Savage Chris. So 5 independent members.
And 1
Will.
and 6 because Boncampa is question mark.
Yes,
kinda,
yes. In and out opposition. All right. The question is, will St. Martin, the voters, and listen very carefully to the question, Cedric, before you go and throw it on Napoleon again, will the voters punish these persons who went independent? Go.
No. No punishment required.
Again, it shows how green Cedric is when it comes to politics, because clearly he hasn't watched the
I have a better
trajectory
question. I have a better-
of
First of all,
independent members
Bigan-
of parliament who have been punished, especially, I think we've called them ship jumpers.
Brown Bill in there?
And
Brown Bill in there?
how did Brown Bill get there?
Brown Bill in
How
there?
did Brown Bill
Wait,
get there?
Wait.
Yes.
Okay, boom. That's one. Bryson, he in there?
Bryson? Yeah, well, no.
Anna?
No.
Anna, she
Wait.
in government?
You listening?
Need I continue? You want me to drop a couple more names?
Cedric.
Angelique.
Do not mix up persons who join other political parties with ship jumpers.
Ship-
Do not do that,
What's a
Cedric,
ship jumper?
because that's confusing
What's
people.
a ship jumper? You labeling people that went independent ship jumpers.
Independents.
Ship jumpers
No,
are those
what I'm
who
saying is-
mash up the coalition and take their seat and try to form a new government. These people just went independent. We don't even know if they're going to be on a list the next time around.
How you could say that with a straight face?
Listen,
Cedric.
a gone
what are you talking
independent.
about? So because they gone independent, they're not going to run for the next election?
Ags.
They're shopping for political parties right now. What are you talking about?
Good. And what? And what? They went independent what?
So the voters,
let me ask you this.
the voters
are the
can't
voters,
take- are you saying that the voters-
are the voters
the
going
voters
to
are going
punish?
to ask-
Are the voters going to punish a pandemic in the French side and none on the Dutch side? Are voters going to punish Harbour
You're
Heights?
missing the point.
Which point am I missing?
The point is, you went independent. You basically lied to the people by joining a political party, and then in the middle of it, in Parliament, you decide to take your seat that's not yours, because all those persons I mentioned wasn't elected outright.
Okay, good. Now, I have a better question. What is the governor going to do about this situation and this nonsense?
Okay, he ain't doing nothing about it.
Good.
But still, it still doesn't answer my
So,
question. So you saying that people are not going to
Andrew,
punish the
I
persons that went
am
independent
loyal to
after?
principles and not to people.
Then you
This-
should have picked a better political party.
No.
Then pick a better political
Which
party.
better political party?
I don't know. You should have better judgment. That's why I can't trust you. That's why I can't vote for you. Because you don't know what's going on. You're going with principles. So today it feels good. It feels good to be on this party. And then tomorrow it doesn't feel good. So therefore
when you
I
turn
gonna go independent and then join another political party.
so I
and then
must-
tomorrow
so
when you don't agree with it
Andrew
again,
Logic-
you're going to
Yes!
continue
Yes,
to go
Andrew.
on your own.
I'm gonna tell you
You're
to hell.
crazy.
You know what?
Then don't be a politician. It ain't for you.
Oh, so I got to stick around and go along with the corruption, the misuse of power, the bullshit what going on. I got to stick around and suck it because I'm loyal. You know why we down the drain?
this is what
You
I
know
mean.
why we down the drain?
missing the point.
You know why St. Martin failing? Because when the nonsense happening, our leader supposed to say, come in here. Resign, get out. But you know what happening to all you? We can stick together no matter what.
We are team.
Because we got no integrity.
Hold on.
We got no integrity. We got no backbone.
During the
We
election
stand for
season,
nothing.
during the election season,
You
political
lied.
parties-
I realize that you
Come.
lied, and now that I realize you lied, I'm telling you, bye. See ya. And I'm gonna do it publicly and not save you no face.
And then
the
you go.
system.
Hold on.
The system
So then you go
screwed
to
up.
do it again.
The si-
And then if you do it again and you do it again, then you can't be trusted. That's what I'm
Wait, wait,
saying,
wait.
Cedric.
Who can't be trusted?
You can't be trusted.
you or
because
by
you
them?
can't. No.
By you or by them?
Wait a minute.
By you.
Why join my party then?
Or by
because
them.
you needed me to get into parliament.
No.
So you used me.
No, I used
You used me. You know where you sign up for.
Oh,
who you
did
sign
I?
up for?
Did I sign up for illegal buildings on Mullet Bay? Did I sign up to tear down a man's property illegally, to give him a bow stop and a demolition order at the same time? Did I sign up for a prime minister to say there's a pandemic on the French side and none on the Dutch side? My integrity at a certain point, I gotta say, nah, I can't deal with this. But you see, St. Martin politics is we gonna hide for each other. I'm gonna hold you over your head. Don't care how wrong you be. I ain't gonna call you out because my responsibility ain't to the people who put me there. My responsibility is to you. My loyalty is to you. And that is confusing because at the end of the day, when I tell you I walk away from the nonsense for X, Y, Z reason, you decide if I was wrong or not. I don't give a damn what you think because I ain't loyal to people. I'm loyal to principles.
But that's the problem.
That's a problem
That's
with
the
who?
problem,
That's
Cedric.
why I ain't in no political party.
Yeah, but understand what I'm
Because I
saying.
got integrity.
Yeah, but
I would
integrity-
watch you do something
Cedric,
wrong and
Cedric.
tell you to your face and walk off.
This is the-
That's the
but this is what
difference
I mean.
between being
You
real,
are- no, there's
sincere,
no
and
real
being a
being
fraud.
sincere. What are
Fraud.
you talking about?
When
if
you-
you join a political party based
got to
on whatever
take
principle they
thing
have,
and you got
and
to-
then in
and-
the middle of it,
and
because
then
you have a
because
disagreement,
I start
you're going to go
disagreement?
independent.
No, because
and
of
you
the
go independent.
corruption.
It's in your
Because
seat
of
to
the
go with.
corruption.
It's in your seat.
Okay,
it's
good.
in your
Now
seat.
let the governor,
At the end
let
of
the
the
governor
day, Cedric,
address it.
At the end of the day,
Whose seat it is?
Wait a minute. At the
Whose
end of
seat
the
it is?
day,
Whose seat it
it's a
is?
collective group effort of a whole
Yes.
political party
Yes.
that
Yes.
puts your ass in
Yes.
here
Yes.
to get $10,000 every
Yes.
freaking month,
Yes.
and then you come
Yes.
to tell me,
Yes.
oh, you're gonna go
And
independent because
and
of principles.
because-
Then give me back the seat. Give me back the seat. It's yours.
Okay, good. Make sure it happens. Go by the governor. Or tomorrow, ask the prime minister if they're going to apply parliamentary rules the way they're supposed to be applied. You ask her tomorrow. Because I ain't got no objection with that. I say, you're done with them? Bunks. That's Cedric. Because you're supposed to bunks. You can't stay in there with a seat because of that nonsense. But don't confuse two things. Our misapplication of the system has nothing to do with the fact that somebody's saying, I need to realign myself with you. When I and you and the party, you go to a coalition party and try to get the president of parliament fired because she called a meeting that the opposition wanted, then I need to check myself with
If
you, right?
you cannot
So,
be part of the team,
which
get
team?
out
There
of
ain't
the
no
kitchen.
team.
How you mean?
Which
You
team?
can't do it by yourself. This is what.
There ain't no
Let me
team.
calm down. Let me calm down.
There ain't no team.
Cedric.
You got, listen, why did Ludmila
One
leave the
person-
party? Stop.
one person cannot
let's do it.
make-
Why did Ludmila leave the UPP?
You tell me.
Because the stabbing in the back, the undermining, the crooked, dirty tactics from Rolando Bryson. Let's be honest. And you talking about a team? Which team he on? The Rolando team, right?
This is what I mean.
So
You-
I must stay
How
on
is
the
it
Rolando team,
you making
but
this
it's supposed to be a team. No,
about-
I take in one example. Let's go now to the National Alliance. Let's look at Ludmila. You watching nonsense. I have a professional integrity. I, a policy writer, I do this work, and I seen F up after F up
Come
after
talk to
F
me.
up,
Come talk
mess
to me.
up.
Come talk to
We
me.
try.
Come
And
talk
what's
to
your
me.
attitude?
And you know what?
And what's your attitude?
Then-
I don't care.
then
so
leave.
what?
Then leave.
That's exactly what they did, based on what they
I
could.
mean, leave Parliament.
No.
Why I
Wait,
say
wait,
that?
wait,
Why
wait,
I say that?
Wait.
Because
you
didn't get elected.
Last week.
You didn't get
realized
elected.
Last
you
week.
was the backup. You know what backup means, Cedric?
Listen.
Do you know what backup
Andrew,
means? But do you know
you're
what
making
backup
a
means?
mute point.
How is that a mute? Hold on. I get elected.
Andrew?
I opted not to take my seat in order for me to be appointed. I then get appointed. You then come in
Mute point.
after
That's
the
parliamentary
fact.
structure.
Oh, so based on a parliamentary structure,
so-
you supposed to hold me hostage? You got to hold me hostage?
Yeah. I am put the handbrakes on you.
But you wasn't elected.
Were you?
Yes!
How?
By me giving up.
You understand
Cedric.
what parliamentary position is?
This is what I mean
Huh?
with you now.
You understand what a collective? You
No,
learn anything last week?
No, you
did you
making
learn?
A, no,
did
you
you
making
learn?
a mute point.
Did you learn
no,
anything?
No, you making a mute
What's
point.
my mute point? What's the mute point I make? You see how
You
I
turn
just
it around.
actually
No,
ask
but
a
hear
question.
what I'm saying, Cedric.
No. What's the mute point I'm making? You see the difference? I'm going to ask you to quantify your statement. What's my mute point?
You're full of shit.
Oh,
That's my
so
mute
you have
point.
nothing?
Yes, I do.
You have nothing?
No, because you're trying to draw me into your bullshit, and I'm not going to
What you
engage.
trying to draw me into yours? Your simple rhetoric.
What the?
Your simple-minded rhetoric.
Simple-minded?
No
You know what's
integrity.
simple-minded, Cedric?
No integrity.
You know what's simple-minded,
No
Cedric?
integrity.
Cedric, your commentating and your vision on St. Martin politics continues to be simple-minded because
I must
it makes no sense.
stay in the gutter with you. Stay in the corruption with you.
Nobody ever said.
Stay thieving the land with you.
Listen, this is what
Stay
I mean.
thieving people land with you. That's what I come here to
Throw
do.
out a bunch of things
That's
in
what I come
order
here to do.
to just
No,
deflect.
that's what.
In order to just deflect.
deflecting?
Yes. Because the point is
Wait.
in the
That ain't happening. That ain't what happening.
Cedric.
We don't have 2 illegal structures on Muller Bay Beach based on a policy that didn't make no sense. That's why the PFP called the man in the parking lot and tell him get out. In the parking lot. Because you got 2 policies that don't make no sense. You got 2 structures on the beach that are illegal by this government that I ran on the list with. What I gotta do? Hold your hand, stay there.
That's
Stay
what we
there.
focus on. You
Wait.
know? It's whatever
Wait,
you.
those ain't bad
This
policy
is
decisions.
bad.
That ain't bad
This is
policy.
horrible.
Wait, what's horrible?
How is it that you are going to quantify it with just being based on you? If it's a team effort.
Wait.
It is a political party that brings you into parliament. It's not the individual.
Stop. Answer a question. What 2 illegal buildings got to do with the individual? The 2 buildings were illegal. Don't affect everybody in St. Martin?
Cedric.
Wait, answer the goddamn question. Those 2 illegal buildings were illegal on the damn beach. I and Andrew together. Cedric know the illegal. Andrew signed off on 2 illegal buildings. And Andrew expect me to put up a gun and watch it back. For the enemies who are coming. No, Andrew. I gonna put
run on your own,
Andrew.
when that is possible.
When you put 2 illegal buildings on the beach,
possible.
when you put 2 illegal buildings on the beach, did we sign up to do anything illegal when we came into government? When you decide to do something illegal,
no type
you expect
of
me to stick around?
Just bitching.
You expect me to stick around?
Any solution,
But you don't
Cedric?
answer a simple
Any
question.
solution,
When you
Cedric?
do
Because
something
apparently
illegal.
you could do it
When
better.
you do something
You could do it
illegal.
better because you got
When
integrity.
you do something
You
illegal.
could do it better because you
When
got integrity.
you do something illegal, should I stick around? Hold your hand.
No. Tap me on my finger and
When
say,
you- what-
bad. That's bad.
No.
You know what? We're going to fix this. This is not what going on. What happened to talking, Cedric? You're just going to be drastic and go like, cut my throat?
I said illegal.
Cut my throat.
I said illegal.
So you can cut my throat?
No, and chop your head off. You're a crook. I don't care who you be. I'm loyal to principles, not people, and I got respect for people who say, you know what, despite everything, I can't stick around with this.
I don't. No, that's impossible. No.
So you
then don't go into politics.
Don't go in bed with crooks.
Then hear what I'm saying.
So go in bed with crooks and stay
No,
in bed with crooks.
Cedric.
If we're dealing with crooks, we are dealing
The next
with
time
crooks.
around,
Tell
Cedric,
me which part of
allow
a
me to make
crook.
my freaking
You
point.
ain't making no
allow
point
me
because your
allow me to
argument
make my
mute.
point.
Which
my
point?
point is,
When you're a crook,
if
stick
you
around.
have issues with my party or with our party, because we in the party together, the next time that they have elections, Cedric,
What next thing?
don't run with me.
Oh, and stick around.
Stick around.
Wrong now. While
For
you,
your-
so you to build 2 more illegal.
Cedric,
And when
you are-
the illegal stuff that you were doing that I co-sign come to haunt me now.
Cedric, what you sign up for?
What I sign up for?
What you
I
sign
didn't
up
sign
for?
up to do nothing illegal.
No, okay.
I signed up to run the country, to govern the country.
All
Didn't
right.
you sign up to do that?
Hold on.
Why are you doing something illegal
So
then?
when we
and
go
when
into
I tell
a
you,
party
this
together,
is illegal,
Cedric.
you can't do it, and you do it still. At which point do I say, you know what the hell with you? I need to realign myself. Check you because you flip the script.
Why?
You switch up.
So you're going to
You
cost
come
the
in here,
taxpayers more money.
cause the taxpayers more money.
Because you want your own fancy office.
Now we talking
your
about
own
taxpayers?
faction.
Now we talking about
yes,
taxpayers?
the same
The
taxpayers,
same taxpayers
that have to pay your salary because you decide not to leave,
stay loyal
but you
to
going
you.
to stay there
I got stay
and be
loyal
a
to
thorn
you.
in my ass.
I got to stay loyal to you while you
going to stay there to bitch the whole time. So you're not going to leave the situation that you have a problem with.
Leave.
And I bet you when others come to you for you to sign a damn government accord, you're going to sign with them.
No.
You're going to go and break the government.
That ship jumping. Which one of them did it? So you see how you don't confuse issues? We take people who take a step or so. Gone. No. And the fact that they're showing people up, we don't like because they ain't holding their head and taking the nonsense. Now, we could talk about illegal, corrupt activities. Let me see if some other people can punish those people for being incompetent and being corrupt.
You know who has
for
to
being
get,
incompetent
you know who has to
and
get
being
punished?
corrupt.
You know who has to get punished,
Who?
Cedric? Me for having to sit here every Tuesday listening to you making these ridiculous points.
What's a ridiculous point?
Because it makes absolutely no sense.
You can't answer a question, what's the ridiculous point
You know,
with because.
he likes to do
What
that.
is the ridiculous
Because
point?
he likes to lead conversations, but I don't allow him to do that.
What's the
You know
ridiculous
why?
point?
You know why?
What's the
Because I'm a
ridiculous
people's
point?
person. He's an individual that's selfish and only thinks about himself. That's Cedric. Welcome to the Politricks show. That's what we do.
Listen,
You know?
ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking on your behalf.
I like to apologize
Don't
for the
apologize.
heated conversation that we had because we normally don't do that. We normally pretty nice. But you know when Cedric makes no sense and you know a bunch of feces comes out of his mouth, I have to just
I understand.
like I sweat like I
Do
sweat,
you
you know?
understand
Like
how hard it is
it's
for
hard
my
to sit
person
here
to sit here
and
every
listen
week
to this
and
guy.
listen to the rhetoric what coming out of this
don't believe
man
this.
mouth.
This is why I just do the late night by myself because I can't do this every day. Thank God it's only on Tuesdays.
You gonna vote for Gromikio?
What?
When Gromikio running for politics?
Who? Oh, paparazzi.
Yeah,
I'm gonna vote for him.
yeah. You want to see him in Parliament?
I think he would be a fresh breath of air in Parliament. And I'd like to thank him for the clot. I think he buying us from early.
Buying us? It's shiny.
Yeah, shiny, and it continues
It-
to, but
it
for some
clean.
reason it continues to slip away.
Going, yeah, like the coalition. So you learned last week that we do have a coalition.
Yes, I did get schooled by the Prime Minister
Schooled by the Prime Minister.
during the.
Why you asking the woman political question?
I had to ask.
And the Prime Minister, you shouldn't ask the Prime Minister a political question.
She's the leader of government.
Nobody can ask the politician political question.
Don't ask the politician political questions.
That would be stupid. I mean, when we want to know if we have stability in our government.
I did wanted to talk a little bit about the craziness that's happening at the Princess Juliana International Airport, particularly the working environment that is toxic.
Leadership, great leadership.
I hate to agree with Mr. Ugly Man over here, but it's true. It's actually leadership. And, you know, it has to come from the top down. And I ain't even talking about the incompetent Brian Mingo. I'm talking about, you know, the shareholder rep, the Council of Ministers. They have to do a better job when it comes to handling the airport because they failed when it comes to GB already.
The fellows working at night.
I don't know.
They're making overtime.
But the workers are not in a happy state. Management continues to make the craziest decisions, and it's affecting the morale and the work environment at the Princess Juliana International Airport. And I'm sounding the alarm for
Who's the project manager?
Chacho.
No.
No, Mirto Brill, I think.
Initially for the construction, because
Balas Nenam.
I do project management, and when you write out a project, right? For example, noise pollution,
Yeah.
which was going to be a real thing. You know it was going to be a real thing. In your planning, you did not account for that. It just put up on you that the jackhammer to make noise. Like, it just, oops.
Didn't realize.
Who these people, who these individuals, who the project manager is, who wrote this project, who approved the steps of the project, because when you write the project, the owner has to approve each step. So, you're right, from the top down.
From the
because
top down, yeah.
nobody understood that they were going to be nice. You put people
And
on
nobody
a tarmac.
understood, nobody understood that there would be a delay after they seen it with their own eyes. It's not that somebody telling them; they're seeing it, the progress of the work, and time is just passing. Like we only have 2 more months before the end of the year, and the airport has been in this state since Michelle Hyman moved them into the building, because otherwise, I think up to now we would still be in the tents. But yet we get rid of Michelle Hyman, and then now, what's happening? We maintaining? What we maintaining? What? We hoping that things going to get better soon, maybe. I just hope.
How? I asked 2 crucial questions there, because moving the work tonight is going to
Go
double
fast.
your cost.
Yeah.
Double your cost, because nighttime work, these type of people, you gotta pay them dark hour premiums, right? So your cost just double. Your efficiency goes down because places ain't open, they might need supplies, etc., etc. So efficiency goes down. When are we going to see what we need to see? Sometime around February? How this airport gonna look with all these international ships?
Close to elections.
How the airport is going to look Christmas with all the private
Thank
jets?
you so much for watching Politricks. We like to thank you so much again for tuning in every single week. And of course, I apologize for Cedric's every word that he said. Don't take it to heart, because you have to take it with a grain of salt. Because most of the things he says, I know, it's confusing.
I'm going to ask you to, I'm not, apologizing for you. I'm asking you to forgive him. Please. Do your best. Forgive him. You know, he old, but he's still young. And
I've been through a lot.
so just forgive him. Forgive him. I will continue to do my utmost. Just forgive him.
Until next week, bye-bye.
Bye.